Welcome back, I'm Dave from Chase the Summit, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Garmin InReach Messenger Plus. Unfortunately, this is not actually the InReach Messenger Plus, this is the InReach Messenger, but it's very similar, and I'm still waiting for my Messenger Plus in the mail, so stay tuned for that. This video is more of an explainer, a preview on what this new thing actually is and what it can do, because it's kind of cool, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you today. If you're unaware of what Garmin InReach is, it's a series of satellite communicators. Here I've got the InReach Messenger and the InReach Mini 2. Both of these devices have been around for a couple of years, and they allow you to send and receive messages when you're off grid. If you're off on a long hike, or you're in the mountains, you're out on a boat, you're in an airplane, you can send and receive text messages from those locations without any cell phone signal, because these communicate directly with satellites up in the sky, which is kind of amazing. However, like I said, these devices have been around for a while now, and honestly, the InReach system and the innovation under the hood hasn't really progressed at all over the past couple of years. The website looks the same, the devices do the same things, they just send and receive text messages, and that's where things have changed with the InReach Messenger Plus. The big new feature on the new Garmin InReach Messenger Plus is the ability to send and receive photos and voice messages while you're off the grid via a satellite connection, which is really impressive. Before we get into the details on how photo and voice messaging works, let's talk about what's the same between the InReach Messenger and the new InReach Messenger Plus. Like I said, I've got the InReach Messenger here, and as you can see from the graphics that Garmin provided me and this device here, it pretty much looks exactly the same as the new InReach Messenger Plus, just with a new colorway. There's a new orange accent on the top there. The new InReach Messenger Plus also has the same controls. It's got the same buttons on the front here, the same tiny monochrome LCD here for reading messages or sending messages, and it also has the same dedicated SOS button on the side here. You open up that flap, and if you push that button, help will be on the way. Another feature that the Messenger Plus shares with the Messenger is the ability to reverse charge other devices. So if your phone dies, for example, you can plug your phone into this USB Type-C port and charge up your phone while you're out in the wild. The new Garmin InReach Messenger Plus is also a standalone device, just like the InReach Messenger here. That means you can take just this out in the wild and still be able to send messages directly from the device that are pre-configured. However, if you do pair the InReach Messenger or Messenger Plus to your phone using the Garmin Messenger app, that unlocks all of the new features on the Messenger Plus. So here I've got the Garmin InReach Messenger app installed on my phone with my InReach Messenger, and as you can see, I have the ability to type out full messages using the keyboard on my phone. But like I said, the InReach Messenger Plus allows you to take this one step further by allowing you to send and receive photos and voice messages within the messaging app on your phone. One thing to keep in mind before we move on is that the person that you're sending this stuff to also has to have Garmin Messenger installed. You can't just send a photo via text message to any phone out there. Your friends and family will have to install the Garmin Messenger as well for this all to work. When it comes to voice messages, the way this will work is there will be a little record button within the Garmin messaging app on your phone where you can record the message. It can be up to 30 seconds long, and then you can send that via satellite. On the other hand, when it comes to photos, you can select any photo from your library, or you can take a new photo from within the Garmin app on your phone and then send that via satellite as well. Another thing to note here is that you can also receive these from your friends and family. So if you're setting up camp, you can send a message to your kids, and then your kids could send a message back to you while you're out in the wild, which is pretty cool. The same goes for photos as well. Now, during this whole sending and receiving process with photo and voice messages, Garmin does something pretty clever under the hood in the background. Basically, they compress your files, like your photos and voice messages, down to a very small file size, and that way they're able to send it via satellite, because satellites aren't great for big files, so they have to compress it down to be able to send it via satellite. However, that's where the magic happens behind the scenes on the InReach Messenger Plus. The idea is when you're off in the wild, you can send and receive those compressed messages, but when you get back within Wi-Fi or cell phone coverage, you're able to download the full-size files and get full resolution photos. So I'm kind of a nerd, and I wondered how this all worked and why it's any different than the Garmin InReach Messenger, because as you know, you can only send text messages with this device. And Garmin explained to me that they're still using the Iridium network. That's the same network that the InReach Messenger and Mini 2 use. However, on these older devices like the InReach Messenger here, these devices use something called short burst data, or SBD packets. Those SBD packets are only good for sending text message data, and that's why you're limited to text messaging on the InReach Messenger. On the new InReach Messenger Plus, they're using something called IMT, which is Iridium Messaging Transport. And IMT is able to handle much larger data packets, and that's how they've unlocked the ability to exchange photo and voice messages. So even though the InReach Messenger here and the new Messenger Plus look very similar, they have different hardware, different antenna designs, different chipsets, and that's why the InReach Messenger Plus has these extra features. When it comes to actually sending and receiving messages, I did talk to Garmin about how long it should take to send a photo, for example, and Garmin came back and said it should take around 1 minute to send a voice message or a photo file via satellite. With all of that out of the way on how this all works, let's talk about the price. So the new Garmin InReach Messenger Plus has gotten more expensive. The InReach Messenger Plus is the most expensive InReach I know to date. That's not like a handheld unit, and it costs $499 here in the USA. Now, in comparison, the InReach Messenger I'm holding here is about $299 at the time of filming this video, and the InReach Mini 2 here is $349. So you're paying a pretty sizable premium for that photo and voice message option. Now let's talk about subscriptions, because the price of the device itself is only half of the puzzle when it comes to how much these things actually cost, because if you didn't know, the InReach devices do require an active subscription to be able to use them, and that is on a monthly or annual basis. So moving forward, Garmin's changed the InReach subscription tiers. Now there are only 3 tiers available. There's going to be an essential plan starting at $14.99 here in the USA, and that is per month. There's the standard plan for $29.99 per month, and then there's the premium plan for $49.99 per month. And of course, each one of the subscription tiers will offer different features. For example, the less expensive essential plan will give you 10 voice or photo messages per month, while the most expensive plan at $50 will give you 50 voice or photo messages per month. But if you want to learn more about the subscription and all of the features and plans and how many photos, messages you get, make sure to check out Garmin's website for all of the details. On top of that though, Garmin's also added something called enabled mode, and it's not really a plan per se, but it does allow the user to turn off your messaging features, but still keep your SOS subscription active. These are for people that are more weekend warriors, or maybe you don't go hiking in the winter and you just want to keep the thing alive and keep it active so you can hit the SOS button if you need to, but maybe you don't need all the messaging features all times of the year. And that will cost you $7.99 per month. And that's really it for this video. Just a quick rundown on what the new Garmin InReach Messenger Plus is, how it works, how much it costs, and what you can expect from it. And now I want to hear from you in the comments down below. Are you planning to pick up a new Messenger Plus? Do you have one of the older devices like the Messenger or the InReach Mini 2 here? Are you happy with the capabilities? Do you want the photo features and voice messaging? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you're still watching, you probably enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you would drop down and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss more videos from me in the future. And while you're down there, check out the links in the description where you can pick up an InReach Messenger Plus, a Mini 2, a Messenger, all of the InReaches down there. Those links do help support this channel, but they cost nothing extra to you. And after you're done shopping down there, make sure to check out all of my other social media accounts, my Threads, my Instagram, my Twitter, I think I have one of those, and my merch store where you can pick up some sweet swag and a running hat as well. And with that, I'm gonna let you go. There's a lot more coming. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.